Hey Mike, how are you tonight? Not too bad.
Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Hello. Good evening. You're welcome. Harshvest, thanks for coming today. Hawk Mania, bad weather and not controlling JFK. It's like I don't know you anymore. Well, I've got a virtual USA Flying Club event that I am hosting. And as much as I enjoy controlling JFK, I do have my priorities on the flying club that I run. So, there is that. Sorry to break your heart, Hawkmania, but thanks for coming in today to the stream. We will be flying the M500, which I haven't touched in a while, so I guarantee I'm going to blow up the engine with a hot start right out of the jump, but we'll see if I can somehow not do that. I'll try and actually follow the checklist, which I'll have on my other screen, as you can see right there. I'm going to be flying from Daytona Beach down to Ocean Reef Club, which is 07 Foxtrot Alpha. We're going to keep the sim set to daytime, since it is a daytime VFR airport. And like I said, we'll try not to blow up the airplane. We're also going to take some liberties with the airspace, since we're going to be passing through a lot of restricted area, but since restricted areas on VATSIM are always considered cold, we're going to just skirt the coast pretty much the whole way down. We'll get a nice good view of NASA over here, Cape Canaveral. on the way down, and we're just going to follow the coast. We don't have any airspace to worry about on the front end as we hold the coast here, since we're not worried about the restricted areas. We are potentially going to have to deal with either a couple of these Charlies, or definitely the Miami Bravo. If the controller's still on, maybe we'll have to ask for a transition to the Bravo, depending on how we want to play it, because we will then eventually have to descend down to Ocean Reef Club. Anyways, that's the plan. Now we're going to get into this beautiful FSR Piper M500. We're at Shelter at Daytona Beach. Nice little freeware scenery. That's pretty well detailed freeware scenery. Palm trees and all. Someone must have liked this airport a lot and took their time and really put it all together. And they put it up for free on flightsim.co. So we're going to make use of it. We're going to go into the cockpit here. I haven't touched this thing, like I said, in a hot minute, so we're probably going to end up hot starting this thing, but we'll see how it goes. No flight plan to import because we're just flying VFR. All the stuff looks okay. It's just me, and we're going to put the fuel, bring a decent amount of fuel here. We're going to carry our 50-ish pounds of cinnamon buns in the back. We'll load that. We don't need any GPU or anything like that. We're not worried about any of this yet. Alright. So we'll pull out the checklist. Orlando's on, but it's not going to be a factor. We're going to be staying outside of Orlando's airspace, and Orlando does not cover Daytona Beach, Archivez. So that's not going to be a factor. Let me see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Alright. Alright, passengers, excuse me, board. Doors closed and latched. They are closed and latched. All electrical switches are off. Cabin climate control is off. ECS, cabin comfort is off. Parking brake is on. Okay. Bleed air lever is pulled off. Power lever is idle. Condition lever idle. Cutoff, or cutoff feather, I should say. Emergency switch on, check. PFD off. So emergency switch on. Primary flight display should come on. Off. Nav light on. So we'll come over here, nav light.
Come fly with me, let's fly.
Snowskier, thank you for the 22-month Prime sub. I appreciate you, buddy.
Snowkier just resubbed for 22 months.
Battery switch on. Flaps are retracted. Fuel gauges check quantity. They're balanced. Outside air temperature, fuel oil temperatures checked. Fire detection and annunciator test hold. Alright, that works. Consider any illuminated. They are considered. Alright, so auto engine start using battery. Battery voltage between 24 and 26. We have 25.4. Fuel pumps manual. Left and right fuel pump message on the ICAS, or on the CAS, excuse me, not ICAS, just CAS. Ignition switch manual. Ignition on. Alright, very good. Prop area clear. Clear prop. Alright. Start mode. Auto will push. Alright, we wait till it's stabilized, and then we introduce the fuel with the condition lever. Oil pressure check rising, it is. NG, minimum 30% stabilized, condition lever run, ITT, max 1,000. We didn't even come close, thank God for that. This went out. Very good. We're stable. Generator switches on. Check. for voltage. Yes, sir. We've got it. 48. Alternator switch on. Ignition switch off. Low pressure minimum 60 psi. We got ourselves 113. Very good. All right. Before taxi, avionics switch on. Avionics. Tick, 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 tick. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right. Now the avionics. We press enter on here. Cast match considered illuminated. We're good there. Oh, fuel pump switch is supposed to be auto. That's what I missed. There we go. Very good, very good. All right. Autopilot pre-flight check. It's just literally on, check, off, check. Very good. Pitot switch on. Light goes out, off. It dings us. Taxi recognition light will go on, but we'll do that for taxi when we're actually moving. Climate control as required. So we're going to put this on low, on. I think right there is right where it needs to be. Okay. Flaps, verify retracted elevator trim set for takeoff range. It is. Rudder trim we set for takeoff range. We need to get into this little green line over here. Right at about 3 to the right is where we want it for takeoff. Bleed air lever push in. Cabin pressure dump switch verify is good. We'll put this to normal. The ECS cabin comfort switch normal. Destination elevation set. It's sea level. We don't have to worry about that. Stall warning test. Press to test. Stall warning test. Where are you? Stall warning test. There it is. It's right there.
Stall, 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 stall.
Okay. Altimeters are set. Parking brake release. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to run it up though. So we'll go to the engine run up. Parking brake is set. Power lever to 1900 RPM.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Jeffrey B, thank you for 41-month resubscription. I appreciate
Jeffrey
it.
B just resubbed for 41 months.
Let's try and get
Jeffer
this
3 Gababy,
as
Jeffer
close
3
as we
Let's
can
Go, Jeffer 3 No Boeing 2,
to
Jeffer 3
1900
Nose,
RPM.
Jeffer 3 helmet.
That's pretty close right there. Okay, I'm reading off checklist on the other screen for those that are just joining in. Overspeed governor test switch, push and hold. Should see about a 60 RPM drop, which we did. Release. Power lever, idle. Reverse lockout switch. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to check beta. Beta is unavailable. That's not what I asked for at all. Turn that off. Generator switch off. Confirm alternator takes a load. The alternator took the load. Very good. Generator switch on. Alright, so that's the engine run-up check is complete. So now we can taxi. So I'm going to turn the taxi lights on. And taxiway area is clear. We have no ATC on at Daytona Beach. And we're going to use the CTAF frequency, which I'm already on. I probably should have looked and saw what the wind condition is over here to determine my runway of departure. I haven't done any of that yet, so we should probably do that real quick. Looks like Daytona Beach, 240 at 12. And we're over here, so it looks like it's going to be 25 right. So it looks like we just have to exit Whiskey, left November, and cross the runway. All right, so we can do that. Parking brake release. I'm going to set an altitude of 11.5. That's going to be our initial VFR cruise altitude, and then kind of once we get a little bit further down the coast and we end up pointing more west and east, then we'll go down to 10.5. Okay, I'm going to taxi and beta here because this thing likes to go very fast. Daytona Beach traffic. This is Meridian 124 Mike Charlie. We're going to be crossing runway 16 going to 25 right, Daytona Beach. Alright. Before takeoff checklist. Seatbelts, armrests, and all that. Auto lock, generator switch on, alternator switches on, bleed air is in. ECS cabin comfort's normal. We have done all this already. Fuel temperatures are good. Fuel pump switches manual. First, we should clear left, clear right. We're crossing the runway. Ignition switch is going to go to manual. Pitot heat on. Ice protection as required. Don't need it. Taxi recognition lights on. Landing light on. Nav light on. Strobe lights. Yeah, we'll turn it on. We're going to go right for the departure here. Why not? Flight instruments are checked. CAS PFD is good. Engine instruments are good. Radios, altimeters are all set. Flaps we're going to be 0, so they are set. Elevator rudder trim is set. Flight controls free and correct. And I gotta unplug my joystick, I realize. That's why. Oh, it is unplugged. Okay, very good.
With me, let's fly away.
Good Fixins just resubbed for 53 months.
Good Fixins, thank
Jet
you for
Piper Cinnamon.
53, what am I saying? 53 months, thank you so much. We're just about to take off here at Daytona Beach for a VFR flight down the coast of Florida to Ocean Reef Club. We'll climb at approximately 1,500 feet a minute to start. I'm going to make my call here. Daytona Beach traffic. Meridian 124 Mike Charlie departing runway 25 right. It is going to be a left downwind departure to the south, to the coastline, Daytona Beach. Time to go flying. Been a while since we've done a flight in this thing. Been a while since we streamed. It should be entertaining at a minimum. If it isn't, I apologize. Anyways, we're lined up on the center line. I'm going to sync my heading bug. We're going to zoom this baby out. Get ready for our left downwind. Why is this tracking up and not tracking north? I prefer when it tracks north. I would like to go back. How do I go back? Why is this doing this now? Go back, go back. How do I make you go back? Clear. What the hell? What have I done here? It's not clearing. Fantastic. There we go. Okay. That worked. Menu, map settings. I want north up. There we go. That's more better. That's more better. Okay. Now we can go. Positive rate. Gear up. Here is the Daytona Motor Speedway off our right. Clear left, turning left. I'm just going to get rid of the heading bug for a second. We'll just do roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. We're going to do flight level change at $140. Going to fly the event later. Still got some stuff to do tonight. Well, you've got until 10 Eastern. 10 Eastern is the cutoff for the attendance, at least in terms of the drawing that I'm going to be doing, the giveaway that I'm going to be doing this evening. So just keep that in mind. All right, we're going to sync my heading bug. We'll go that. We're going to autopilot yaw damper on. Let the airplane start doing some magic for us. Yep, just took off out of Daytona Beach. We're heading to the coastline here, and we're going to follow the coastline south. We're going to disregard all the restricted areas because on VATSIM they're technically cold, so we're going to pretend they're cold. And we're going to just follow the coastline down to Ocean Reef Club. We can put these to auto with the cruise climb. This can come off. We'll leave the landing light on. Everything else is where it needs to be. (34°C in here. We need to cool it down. Let's go ahead and cool it down a couple notches there. No passengers on board, so it's only me that's sweating up in front there. We're just going to take it right out to the coast here. And then proceed south. I do want that track vector on. I think that's pretty neat. Do it for 30 seconds. Yeah, I think that's a cool little feature there. Let that baby run. Wave goodbye to Daytona Beach. And say hello to our little coastline here. Again, we're climbing up to 11.5 is going to be while we're going, because we're going to be slightly eastbound. Slightly, obviously mostly south, but slightly eastbound on our track here initially. So 11.5 is going to be appropriate. And then we'll go to 10.5 when it starts to become a little bit more westbound as we start to loop around. Like around Palm Beach areas where it starts to kind of loop around and go more towards the west to get to Ocean Reef. Again, going down this way, since we're not going to be worried about any restricted airspace, we're not going to have to worry about any airspace. We're going to be outside the Orlando class Bravo. We're going to be well above all the class Deltas going down. The only time we're really going to have to start maybe worrying about airspace is going to be when we get closer to the Miami Bravo as we need to start a descent. That might be the only time, and right now it doesn't look like there's any air traffic control anymore. There was a center controller on before, but it looks like he's gone off. So right now there is nobody controlling Miami. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, just going to monitor 22.8 while we're cruising down the coast here and continuing our climb up to 11.5. Bit of cloud cover here, but we should be, it looks like, on top of it. even if we're doing a little bit of VFR over the top, not necessarily VFR on top. Starting to cool down a little bit in here. Actually, that might be why it's not cooling off fast enough. I think we need to turn that on. Now we should hopefully start to see that cool down a little bit. Going through 10,000 feet here, up to 11.5. One to go. See, look at the little crosswind, little crab that we've got up at this altitude to track along the coast here. It looks like we've got a pretty decent crosswind we're fighting. If we look at the, oh, this one doesn't have like a weather thing like some of the other ones do. Never mind. I was gonna say we could look at that, but it looks like that's not the case. Yeah, okay. So disregard that idea. But we can see, we do have our wind vector. Oh yeah, you can see the wind vector. Pretty much a direct crosswind from the right, and that's why we're crabbed the way that we are to track the way that we're tracking. We're leveling off at 11.5 here. Let's see what power setting I'm going to need to hold about the maximum of about 180 indicated on this thing. Also, I have my transponder on standby like an idiot when I should have it on ALT. There we go. Do technically think we are in the Orlando Mode C. Well, we might be just outside of it, but either way, no reason to not have it on Mode C. We're going to retrim now to the left because you can see we're not lined up here. I'm going to get this lined up. We don't want to be flying crooked the whole time. Now that's better. See what power setting we're gonna need here. Looks like maybe no more than 1,000 pounds per foot. Yeah, right about there looks good. I hit the wrong button. Nice. I think we're moving right along here. So now we're coming up to, again, where it would be like the little restricted area for Cape Canaveral. But since we are not considering the restricted area is cold, we're going to just stay along the coast here like we're doing. You can see our nice little crab angle that we have to counteract the pretty significant right crosswind that we're getting. And we're cruising. Just like that. The hard part's over for now. And the event is underway, technically. There is a giveaway attached to this event tonight for the Flying Club. I ended up winning a $25 gift card on one of Slant Alpha Adventure streams, and I've decided that I'm going to re-gift that. So technically it's coming from Rob Sherman Jr., the $25 gift card tonight to one lucky club member. Give you guys the outside view for now as we come up on NASA's setup here at Cape Canaveral. We got, I don't know if you guys could see, but there is a big black void on the couch right next to me, right here. I'm pointing at her. Little Clovis, this big black blob back here. She's just sleeping on the couch. She's out like a light. She sleeps a lot. I guess that's what cats do. Kitty Monster! Thanks for coming in today, buddy. Looks like it's that time of the month here to get you one of these.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Jet Pilot Cinnamon has gifted a sub to Kitty Monster.
That time of the month. Probably haven't streamed in like a month, to be honest. I have not been streaming much. I do apologize for that. Some of it has been being busy with real life between getting married and work and all that, and then some of it is just I have not been in the mood to stream. To be honest with you guys, I'm just not as much in the mood to stream as I have been maybe in the past, and that's I mean, I apologize. It kind of just is what it is. I also have to turn, I realize I need to turn my chat bot on. There we go. So yeah, part of it has been busy real life, and part of it has been just have not been in a streaming mood, to be honest with you guys. There's pretty well depicted the NASA launch sites here in the sim along Cape Canaveral here. That's kind of neat. Make sure now that my bot is working. It is very good. Got all sorts of different little launch pads here. 1, 2, 3. I forget how many in total, but there's a pretty decent amount of launch pads that they've got going on over there. Significant amount of land that they encompass for this space program. Of course, there's a lot of SpaceX launches that go on now out of here. I got to see one actually happen while I was doing a flight. It was an early morning flight going from like Santiago to Newark, and while we were pretty much parallel to Cape Canaveral, we were over the water, but we were pretty much parallel, right? Like probably Cape Canaveral was right off like our left 90 degrees. There was a SpaceX launch, and I got to see that kind of like come from our left. You saw the glow of the launch, and it came all the way across and all the way in front of us as it was climbing into space. So that was pretty sweet. That was a heck of a view, for sure, to see while cruising along at that hour of the morning. Almost kind of made being up that early worth it. Almost, chat. Almost. Still a very early flight. So as we get around this little hook here, we're then going to kind of cut back in and go a little bit closer to the shoreline over here again. We're maintaining a good speed at our VFR cruise altitude as we say goodbye to Cape Canaveral. Fine, Prawn, thanks for coming in today. Saw you in the Discord as well, along with our Chavez. I hope you guys are partaking in this evening's event into Ocean Reef Club. Again, this is a Virtue Safe Flying Club event, one that I am hosting. I'm calling it Escape the Cold, and it's very appropriately named because it was well, I didn't get any snow here where I'm at. But not too far north of me, there was some snow. We just had a very cold rain. Not a freezing rain, but a very cold rain all day. So this is very much flying down in Florida, an escape from the cold, if you will. So, you know, very appropriately titled event that I've created for myself. Cold and snowy out of there, Kenny Monster says. Defiant Pronces took off out of Manchester with some wild weather. You must be flying a jet. I'm gonna bet you're flying something like a Challenger or Citation or something then. If you're coming all the way from Manchester to go down here. Anyways, let's just say I wish I was down in Florida right now and not here, because it would be nice and warm in Florida, and it's very cold up here. And I promise I'm more of a summer person, so. Clove is out cold on the couch back there. You can see her. See her on her little pad over there. The big black blob. You wanted the snow to beach flight vibe? Well, there. So you're really going true to the name of the event right there, Defiant Prawn, more so than probably anyone else. You can see Sarah petting the cat in the little background there. Sarah's disturbing her peace. It's okay. She wakes us up at 2:30 and 3 and 4 and 5 in the morning, so we get to disturb her peace sometimes too. Get a little bit close to the coastline, and then we'll continue following it down at 11.5 here on our way to Ocean Reef Club. I have nothing here. I guess I could put the identifier in here just for reference for now. So 07 Foxtrot Alpha. Looking at about 51 minutes still en route. So plenty of time for you guys to have to listen to me talk. That's fortunate for you guys, actually. We'll make sure that I give you plenty more airplane ASMR, so you guys don't have to keep listening to me talk the whole time. And again, since we're VFR and we don't have any, wouldn't even have any ATC right now anyway to talk to. We're just gonna kind of chill out on advisories, keep it nice and easy as we go down the east coast of Florida. Try to fly down the east coast of Florida quite a bit when I'm working. Going down to Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando. Hopefully we'll have a good smattering of, I don't know if that's the greatest word to use, but hopefully we'll have a good amount of Virtue Safe Flying Club members participating in tonight's event. I would certainly hope so, considering we are, like I said, doing a giveaway tonight. $25 gift card up for grabs for one lucky club member who participates. Courtesy, technically, of like I said, our good buddy Slant Alpha Adventures, since I won it in one of his streams not that long ago, and I had decided very quickly to re-gift it to a flying club member for this event. Usually, it's usually how it works, to be honest. Around these parts, I do my best to support the members of the flying club. It is my baby, and I can take. That's also my baby. Baby kitty cat. Look at that crab that we need right now with the wind, and we're getting pushed, what, 28 knots directly from the right. That's why you've got that big crab angle to track. Almost, we're tracking like right. This is the track, so you can see how much crab we have right now into the wind, just to maintain that track. Flying sideways. Snow Skier, Jeffrey B, Good Fixins, thank you all three for the resubscriptions, guys. I appreciate it. Get all of my fabulous 10 emojis that I have. I have space for more. Eventually I should make more. There's a Clove emoji. You can see Clove right there. She's got her own little emoji now. Jeffrey B made the Clove emoji. Jeffrey B's also streaming, I believe, at this time. He also is flying into Ocean Reef Club, and he's also happens to be departing from Daytona Beach, is my understanding. I think he's in a different airplane, though. I think he's going to be in the King Air, was my understanding. So he's probably going to get there. He's probably going to take off about... By the time we're halfway there, and probably beat us, because the King Air is going to be moving a whole of a lot faster than this thing. Depends on how quickly he can get off the ground, I guess. This is a view that I have very often coming down the east coast of Florida here. A very Christmassy vibe, if you couldn't tell, by the way, with the green. You got the green light going. I've got my Merry Christmas, you filthy animal sweatshirt going. Trying to get the holiday vibe here going. We got the tree all lit up over there. You can't see it, it's off view, but we got the tree all lit up. We hung the ornaments, or the ornaments. Jesus, I can't speak. We hung the ornaments. But we had to hang them all like from halfway up to the top, because if we hung them any lower, then Clove tries to attack them. And we figured out we can do the top half of the tree with the ornaments, but not the bottom half, where she's probably going to take the whole thing down. Why? No, he's probably just being normal, to be honest.
That's normal. I'm about ready to just be like, whatever, but I'm not gonna do it because I hate it. But that's just weird.
Alright. I'm going to step away real quick, get myself another drink, chat. So you guys hold the fort. I'll leave you with the outside view, so you guys can have your airplane ASMR. I'll be right back. Return, chat. Had to grab myself another beverage. I'm gonna let you guys dictate what you think the beverage is, just by looking at that. For the streaming purposes, we'll just call it apple juice.
Why'd you call it root beer? It's like the other way around.
See, did the temperature ever cool off? And yeah, the temperature's cooled off in here. We're doing good now. Keep hugging the coast here. Passing by like Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie area coming up. Sure, my grandparents used to live before they passed away. It was Port St. Lucie.
Come fly with me, let's fly.
Freddie Marriott 2. Thank you for the Twitch at Prime sub. I appreciate
Freddie
you.
Marriott 2 just subscribed.
Much appreciated. Thank you for using your Twitch at Prime on me. Welcome to the stream. And we're passing just around the Port St. Lucie area now, heading south along the Florida's east coast to Ocean Reef Club in the Piper M500. Doing pretty good ground speed wise, doing 226 across the ground. This thing can move a little bit, especially for, you know, single engine turboprop. It moves pretty well. Maybe not as fast as a Lancer, but does the job. Do see a couple of flying club members that are on their way. There's already one on the ground, or has landed. Again, don't forget to mark yourself for your attendance if you're a flying club member watching for the event tonight. We got one so far. Yeah, a little bit of cloud cover here, but we're still going to be above all of it, it looks like, and we're still going to be able to maintain VFR, it looks like, as well, since there's plenty of breaks. So I'm not concerned about the cloud cover. Hope everyone in the chat's doing well this evening. I'm a little tired, to be honest with you. I get woken up so much by the cat when I'm home, and I feel like I don't sleep very well at home anymore, but that's okay. It's worth it to have a furry friend. I'm off until Friday is my next work trip. I worked on Thanksgiving, and I will be working on Christmas as well, but that's okay, because it's 200% pay. You have to lock your cats out. See, I'd rather, honestly, for as much as it does affect my sleep, I will admit that I am tired a lot now because it does affect my sleep when I'm home. It's not great for my health, I'm sure. However, she's the most affectionate that time of morning when she comes to wake me up and wants her food and everything, and that she's very lovey-dovey. So for now, since we've only had her, again, we adopted her, I think it was August or September, so we've had her for only like 3-4 months. So for now, I feel like it's worth it to be woken up and to have that kind of affection, especially, you know, when I'm home and not working. You know, I don't mind it. I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of sleep for that. Oh, I knew what that was for. Don't worry. Yeah, that part of working on the holidays is nice. And since Sarah and I don't have kids yet, it makes sense for me to just work the holidays anyway. We can celebrate on our own time. Doesn't need to be on the exact day, and I can go make the money. And honestly, with my seniority, I don't even know if I could hold it off anyway, let's be honest. But either way, I'd be trying to work anyway. Get the pay while it's there. A little bit of cloud cover at this part here as we're going down south, which doesn't make any sense to me because every single station that I see... Oh, actually, West Palm Beach is showing... Oh, well, it's showing 4700, so I don't know what this is drawing here. This real live flight sim weather, but it should be... Eventually, once we get a little bit further south again, it should go back to being clear in a million as we get closer to Ocean Reef Club. And right now, Ocean Reef Club is 230 at 4 gust 1010 statute miles, few clouds at 3,600. So yeah. Eventually, this will disappear. Thankfully, the snow missed where I am at today. I think up where my parents are, just like 45 minutes to the north, they think they got like a solid 3 to 4 inches, but no snow here. I'm grateful for that. I'm not a fan of snow. I've had enough snow in my lifetime already. My living location probably doesn't do me any favors for not seeing snow again, but it is what it is. While I would like to live in Florida, I've been overruled by the boss. And I don't blame her either because education system down in Florida is not that great, let's be honest. At least at most parts. But we're not going to get into that on this stream. We're going to leave that one alone. Don't even know why I brought it up. So you guys can have wing view of clouds or wing view of ocean. Actually, I kind of like the wing view of ocean with a little bit of clouds right now, so we'll hold that for a second. Once we wrap around West Palm Beach area and we start pointing slightly a little bit more west than east, we will descend down to 10,500 feet. Again, right now, since there's no ATC online on VATSIM, we're not so worried about the Class Bravo anymore with Miami, unless someone does pop up between now and when we get there, but for now, we're not worried about the Miami Class Bravo. Our Chavez is doing Charleston Executive to Ocean Reef Club. Very familiar with Kilo Juliet Zulu India. Back during my charter days, one of the owners of the beach jets that we had a place down in Charleston, and we would fly him to Charleston Executive quite often. So I'm quite familiar with JZI. What's their normal runway? Let me look at a taxiway diagram chart and see if I remember. Give me 1 second. Charleston Executive. 927 was the normal runway. Yeah, 927, the east-west. 927 was definitely the normal one that we used. Happy to be of service. Coming up on the West Palm Beach area. Okay, we're going to be well above the Palm Beach class Charlie, so we're not going to be worried about airspace to that in that regard. This is where we're going to descend down to 10.5 now, chat, because we're going to actually be tracking more west than east, technically, the rest of the way here. So we'll go 10.5. We'll do a nice gradual descent. We're going to completely disregard this cloud that we have here because there's nothing that suggests there should be any cloud coverage in this area. Nothing at all that suggests there should be cloud coverage in this area. So we're going to pretend that that cloud doesn't exist. And we're going to maintain VFR. Number to beat in Discord. Kenny Monster had a landing of -30 with a 1.04 G. That's a pretty good landing, buddy. That is going to be hard to beat. I have done better landings than that in this airplane before, but I have not flown in this airplane on the sim in probably at least 3 months, so I doubt I'm going to be able to do that well tonight. We'll see. Never know. With your luck, I'll beat it. I don't know. My luck isn't that great either, buddy. We'll see. We'll know in about 25-ish, 26-ish minutes. We'll call it 25 to 30 minutes. We'll know in about a half an hour, probably. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't even start my own event in my own Discord. Come on. See, even I forget sometimes. Anyways, we're at 10.5 now. Probably going to be right around 1,000 still to maintain the speed for the pounds per foot. try right there and see how it does. Again, we're gonna the sim is putting in clouds that shouldn't be there because there is no indication of clouds near Palm Beach. Or if there is, it's few at 4,700, not whatever this is. So we're gonna ignore this cloud. We're gonna pretend it doesn't exist. I don't know what cloud you guys are talking about. What cloud? I don't see no cloud. Look, there's West Palm, or that's, what is that? Kilo Foxtrot 405, Palm Beach County, North Palm Beach County Airport right there. There is a hell of a lot of training that goes on at that little airport right there, let me tell you. See the targets on the TCAS all the time when we're going into Palm Beach. On that right downwind. Look, we're going to stay out of the cloud. It looks like we're fine. Everything's fine. Enough time to make popcorn. Should be back in time for landing. Very good. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we landed this thing, so it'll be entertaining. Yeah, I don't know what cloud we're talking about, guys. Everything's fine. Coast is still pretty clear to me. Beautiful livery but that was done for us by our good buddy Zach B in the Flying Club. Definitely tracking a little bit more westbound now, as you can see, with the 192. And that's the reason why we've gone down to 10.5 for the VFR cruise altitude. I do like that Volanta gives you like more detail now. They give you like an actual off block, like an out, off, on, in now, which is kind of neat. Okay, we're going to disregard these clouds because there's nothing that indicates there should be any clouds here right now. At least from the weather that I'm looking at. So we're gonna pretend that we're still VFR because this doesn't make any sense to me. Actually, it looks like now maybe we'll be able to stay off the coast the whole time if we just go direct. Might be worth us going just direct to the field here soon. Not yet, maybe soon. I don't know what cloud you guys are talking about. I don't see any clouds. See, all I see is coast. We're fine. About 17 more minutes, so we're definitely getting close. Closer, at least. Let me check out the checklist for the descent here in a second. And not much doing there. East coast of Florida is definitely extremely heavily populated. There's no doubt about that. Alright, at this point, I'm going to switch to nav, and we're going to track directly to the airport. We're slated to get there in about 16 minutes. So again, we do not have any ATC online right now for VATSIM covering the Miami class Bravo. So knowing that that is the case, we'll pretend that we have a class Bravo clearance, and we're going to descend pretty much as we wish with that in mind.
Traffic Caribbean 11, final 28 right. We'll let it down. Traffic, sorry, Fort Lauderdale traffic Delta 2730 is at the initial for unless 28 left.
It's interesting that they're on 122.8 when they should be on the CTAF frequency, but again, I digress. Got 3 aircraft on the final into Fort Lauderdale right now. You can see them all on my little TIS here. 1, 2. They're all below me. And there is Fort Lauderdale International. Another airport that I go to quite often. Hey Steve, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, buddy. On our way down Florida's East Coast to Ocean Reef Club here for the Flying Club event. Flying out of X-44 in the Skyhawk. Very nice. Very nice. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where X-44 is. I'm gonna have to look it up. X-44 is Miami Seaplane Base. Okay, so you're gonna be in a seaplane. Very nice. I'm gonna guess that's a Skyhawk on floats then. I'm guessing also with retractable gear. A good freeware scenery, very nice. Alright, so we are 12 minutes out. Need to lose about 10,500 feet. It's probably going to be a good time for us to start descending here at about 1,000 feet per minute. Field elevation is sea level as expected, so we're going to go down to 1,000 feet. So we got to lose 9,500 feet, and we got to do that in 12 minutes. Thousand set. We'll start descending here briefly. And again, since they're in lieu of no ATC online in Miami right now, we're going to assume that we have clearance to transition the Bravo with the descent. Take some liberties with the fact that ATC is not online. You can see Miami coming into view here. So you got South Beach and then downtown Miami and then the airport out over here, front and center. Yeah, I mean, I could rush a descent, but I'd rather at this point, since again there is no ATC online right now, I'm just gonna take liberty with my descent. I mean, what I could do and what I probably should do is I should maybe wait until I'm clear of the Bravo, and then I'm just gonna have to do almost like a circling descent over top of Ocean Reef Club, which maybe is not a bad idea if we want to try and keep some semblance of realism. I feel like Miami would probably let us transition also, and I could even go down to at least 7,500 feet. Since the Bravo goes up to 7, I guess 8,500 feet would be more appropriate for the direction. So why don't we do that? We'll start at 8,500 feet, stay over the Bravo. Once we clear the Bravo, we'll do kind of a circling descent to get down to the Ocean Reef Club. Try and keep it reasonably realistic in that sense. So 8,500 feet, we'll start it down now. And we'll hold 8,500 feet until we're clear of the Bravo, and we'll descend and do a just circling descent down into Ocean Reef. Yeah, there is actual transitions. I see this now. I'm looking at the chart. You have the Red Road transition, 3,500 feet MSL, or as assigned by ATC, across midfield over Miami, and then down that way. So I kind of see what you're getting at there, but I'm just going to maintain over top the Bravo for now. And then this is what we're looking at here. If I wanted to, I could have done the overtop Miami, Opelika, and Miami at 3,500 feet. MSL or as assigned by ATC. But we're going to keep doing it the way I'm doing it. And that's the one, though, that Steve was talking about, for those that were curious. There is Miami, by the way. Here's the American Airlines arena. Big port. You got South Beach. Then you start coming up on the Keys. I think this is Key Biscayne. We're losing speed because we level off. A little bit of V-waste. You can see just how heavily populated it is. Also, I should probably tune up the CTAF for Ocean Reef Club. The CTAF is 2272. And I'm just gonna do it. Change it on here. I just did the COM one. You see, I did my little cheatsy doodle right there.
Ocean Reef traffic, Seneca 861 Papa Alpha, right base, runway 23, 5 miles out.
By the way, on cue, Miami Center is just signed online, so it's good that we stayed clear of the Bravo.
Ocean Reef Club traffic number 24 Golf Mike is vacating runway 23, Ocean Reef traffic.
Amazing how that works. Again, we'll set altitude to 1,000. We won't descend to it yet, but we'll have it set. And as soon as we clear the class Bravo here, we'll descend, and we'll do a little bit of circling if we have to descend inbound for Ocean Reef. And it's going to be a left downwind for runway 23. Should be clear of the Bravo here in about a minute. We can start our descent now. We'll be clear of the Bravo here. Alright. No longer need to worry about any airspace.
Ocean Reef traffic, Seneca 861 Papa Alpha, 2 mile final runway
I'm gonna
23.
fly out to the south here, and then I'll kind of loop around to eventually enter a left downwind for runway 23. This also help us kind of with our descent here. Flying south out. Ocean Reef traffic, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie. We're 10 miles to the north, flying southbound. We're going to maneuver to enter a left downwind for runway 23, Ocean Reef.
Ocean Reef traffic, Seneca 861 Papa Alpha, short final runway 23.
See Ocean Reef Club out here somewhere. If my sim would load properly. Hello? It's right here. I don't know why it's not rendering well. Sim is having a conniption? Why are you not rendering well, Sim? What is happening here? That's not ideal if the Sim's not going to load it in properly. Cross that bridge when we get there. Also, I just got disconnected from VATSIM. What is going on all of a sudden? Am I having internet issues? Oh my goodness. Is the stream still working? The stream's still working. The Sim and VPilot are both having a conniption right now. You gotta be kidding me. There we go. Really hope that the scenery that I installed isn't corrupted, because it's not rendering quite well. That would be a very big disappointment. Guess we're gonna find out soon enough. If you guys want to start putting landing rate guesses in the chat, you can do so. Positive or negative number. Don't need exclamation point predict. I'm not sure if the scenery is gonna load correctly or not. Find out soon enough. It seems like my sim is having a hard time rendering it. It looks like it's starting to load in now. So hopefully by the time we get down there, it'll be fine.
Check gear.
Ocean Reef traffic, Meridian 124 Mark Charlie. We're now 5 miles to the east, roughly, gonna enter left downwind for runway 23. Ocean Reef Club.
Check gear.
Do the gear down, flaps 10 to help us slow down. Point it towards the field here. Hopefully it's nice and loaded in correctly now. Fingers crossed. Looks like it is. All right. We're going to go ahead and take the autopilot off, yaw damper off, flight director off. Let me get my view going here. Ocean Reef traffic, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, left downwind, runway 23, full stop, Ocean Reef. Hopefully you won't get extended tomorrow, buddy. Hopefully you just do your one and done. Ocean Reef traffic, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, left base, runway 23, Ocean Reef. Let's go ahead and do this to manual, this to manual. We'll go ahead and get the pulsating lights going here. Everything else is where it needs to be. Last notch flaps. Why am I not seeing the runway? What is happening here? I think I have it. I don't know if it's... Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it's still not rendering right. Alright. Might have to do a go around. I think we can make it work. Yeah, we'll be able to make it work. There we go. Ocean Reef traffic, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, short final 23, full stop, Ocean Reef. There we go. Made it work. There we go. A little sporty. Take it. We'll park up over here. Ocean Reef traffic, Meridian 124 Charlie is clear, runway 23 Ocean Reef. There's no way that it just reacted to that little bush like that, right? What? Alright, I'm gonna just load up on the ground there. That didn't make any sense to me. Sim's being real particular on that one, chat. Being real particular on that one. I'm just gonna put myself in a parking spot here. I don't want the live weather. I want it. We're gonna pretend like it never happened. The landing's gonna count, Kenny Monster. I've got the tracking paused on Volanta. I'm gonna load on the ground and unpause so I can get a reading. I can tell you that you definitely won because my landing was not good at all. That approach to landing was pretty terrible. So you can guarantee that you won. The actual landing rate is to be determined. All right. See, this is some booty cheeks, because look at where it's got me parked. But it was one of these bushes is what caused me to have the crash thing, which is booty cheeks, chat. That's garbage. All right. Anyways. We're going to complete the flight. We're going to show the statistics. We're going to show Kenny Monster that he won by a large margin because the rate was 171, so not too far off of what your normal guess is. But the landing, geez, was 1.23. I did not go in there very nicely. This is not a good landing at all. But it is what it is. I haven't flown this airplane in a while. The approach was garbage. I didn't find the airport until the last second like an idiot. So we'll just go ahead and do a little showcase cam to show off the airport real quick before we call it good. And I guess also I should mark my... Why is this not working now? God, if it's not one thing, it's another. Because I'm not even in the showcase cam. I'm on external. What am I doing? There we go. Let me mark myself for attendance real quick, chat, and then we'll talk more for a little bit. I landed at about, oh, we'll call it 0108 Zulu. It's probably a good time to call it. Alright, so let's do this. You can see we have, it says private right on the runway. There's this nifty little logo that they have, I guess, for the Ocean Reef Club. A little golf flag in the golf club. And this is all freeware scenery, by the way. And whoever made it did a very, very nice job. I did land at this airport in real life once, chat. I flew in here in a CJ3 once. In real life. It's pretty neat. So yeah. Very nicely done to whoever made the scenery. I apologize that my flying was terrible. Like the entire approach and landing was just miserable. But you win some, you lose some. Nice big golf course, bunch of tennis courts. Yeah, truly a club for the rich. Certainly not for me. Because I am not rich. We can hold that view for now. I'm not even connected to the network anymore because of a whole debacle with that stupid little bush. This is a freeware scenery, Steve. Freeware scenery. Sporty but well done landing. Cheap shot from the bushes. Yeah, that was the crash animation for the bushes. That's garbage. That's definitely a Microsoft Flight Simism. So we're gonna ignore that entirely. The actual approach was a little bit bush league, but the landing was, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, definitely Looked cool. Had a good time. Got to fly the M500. It's been a while since I've touched that thing. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. That's going to do it for me this evening. I am going to eventually be running the drawing for the club, obviously, for the members that participate. Make sure that you get your landings into the Escape the Cold channel and are down before 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that is the cutoff for the window to be eligible for the giveaway. What we're going to do now is I do believe that our good buddy Jeffrey B is streaming, and he's doing the exact same thing we just did, and I'm not even kidding. He's flying from Daytona Beach down to here. The only difference is that he's in the AFL King Air. So you guys are going to watch the exact same thing, more or less, except with Jeffrey in the King Air. And let's see, what is he tonight? Is he slant whiskey? Is he slant rum? What's his drink of choice tonight? He's slant rum tonight. So you guys get to enjoy Jeffrey B. slant rum coming down the east coast of Florida just like I did in the King Air. So I'm getting him loaded up. Before I go, though, I do want to say thank you for coming in today, as always. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry that I don't stream as much as I used to. It's a little bit of real life getting in the way, and also a little bit of just me not wanting to really run the stream too often. It's just kind of the way that it's been. But, you know, I was in the mood tonight, so I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you guys were in attendance. And, yeah, I'll see you guys again when I see you on the next stream, whenever I decide to run it up again. But other than that, let me hand you guys off to Mr. Jeffrey B. here. Let me get that going. Give me 1 second. And hopefully his landing will... why is it not coming up here on the list? Here we go. Jeffrey B. Hopefully his landing and approach and everything is a little bit better than mine. But you guys will get to see it. Here's the big difference. You guys are going to get to see it now, what it looks like in the X-Plane 12 world versus the MSFS world. So there you go. That's your big difference. Alright, thanks for coming in today. See you guys next time, whenever that may be. Appreciate the resubs for those that dropped it in. And for all the Flying Club members, thank you for being a part of the Virtuously Flying Club. I hope you join the event tonight. You got plenty of time to get a landing in. See you.